What's up, tribe? Thank you for being here and welcome to my channel. This will be a general reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. We'll be using the Enchanted map oracle cards mixed with the Good Tarot, both by Colette, Baron-Reid, for this reading. This reading is also not time specific. Whenever you get the messages is when they're intended for. We started off with the Metamorphosis card. And the Metamorphosis card says you're in the process of deep and beautiful change. It says that butterflies earn their wings through great effort. The process of change is often painful. It's never without losses and sacrifices. If you are to transform from one form to another, a part of you needs to die. Letting go isn't easy, especially when you're used to thinking a certain way about your life and how you live it. Just as a snake sheds its dead skin or a caterpillar dies so that a butterfly can be born, you are required to release old ideas and embrace a necessary change so you can live your best life. The best life that you're praying for here in the magic prayer. And this card also tells me you're not alone in this transformation. This transformation is bringing you closer to somebody who's gone through the same transformative journey. The magic prayer says, speak your prayers and listen for the answers. Act in faith. When you see the magic prayer card, it's a reminder that your prayers will be answered. Spirit is always waiting to help you and heal you when you're in need. That said, the best prayer is, thy will be done through me. Thy will and not mine be done. Conscious contact with your higher power is achieved through the ritual of prayer and meditation. Speak and listen to the divine force within the field of creation. Surrender your wishes and desires to Spirit. You may not get what you want, but you'll surely get what you need. Your destiny awaits you as long as you keep in conscious contact with your higher power. Be assured that you're on the right path. And this right path, because this is what this is talking about, the right path. So you're praying for balance, and the Balancing Act card tells me a few things. This is you discovering your connection to your higher self, especially with the Metamorphosis and the magic prayer. This is your higher self guiding you through the soul's journey, and it's a symbol of safety and refuge. It's a symbol of peace. It's to be rocked by the infinite. So it's telling me that you're starting to follow your subconscious messages. It's telling me that you're starting to follow the line, the path that your subconscious is laying out for you. The ship immediately evokes a passage carrying you over the watery depth. Water symbolizes emotions and subconscious and psyche. So the ship can symbolize a spiritual journey on the sea of life. One can't get anywhere by remaining on an island. This is the island. I feel like the deep freeze is symbolizing you being thinking you're alone on your journey and in a state of emotional freeze, where you're not allowing your emotions to melt and to carry you to where you need to be. We tend to hold on to the distressing emotions deep within our physical body. We just bury them, we just suppress them as a way of coping with them. But this is following your guidance to retrieve those aspects that you suppressed out of your psyche. You're going to the bone collector. The bone collector symbolizes your inner resources. It symbolizes the storehouse within your consciousness that stored all your gifts, abilities, the aspects of yourself that were not allowed to come out and play. This is this card, the Bone Collector card, talks about childhood wounding, inner child wounding, and how through ridicule, criticism, disapproval, we shun those aspects of ourselves. And this is your subconscious showing you the way, the passage to retrieving those aspects of yourself, so you can come out of this state of deep freeze. Notice how the temptation and the protecting treasure are both of her sitting on a treasure, sitting on a wealth of probably knowledge, skills, abilities that are not yet open. I mean, it's open here, but she's not paying too much attention to it. And here, she has a crown, but she's not wearing it. And instead, she has her head under an umbrella to hide, to cover her head, to protect her head from the rain. Rain what? Rain emotions. A storm of emotional rain that she thinks she needs to protect herself from. However, if she wears her crown, like she is here, she can be submerged underwater, but still be still. And is she still listening to the messenger of water, to the messenger of emotions, to what her emotions are telling her? She's listening to that subconscious. She's listening to the messages that the subconscious is sending her. This card, I know I'm going back and forth, but just go with me. This card is saying, it has led me to this, a couple of poems. This one is adopted by Lucretius, and it says, "So the lively force of her mind has broken down all barriers, and she has passed far beyond the limited hold of human experience. Forever now, in mind and spirit, she traverses the boundless universe." So again, this is about the metamorphosis. This is about you basically riding the waves of your consciousness, riding the waves with your consciousness. Tapping into new frequencies, new dimensions. And this card with the sphere there reminds me of another quote by Voltaire that says, "God is a sphere whose center is everywhere and whose perimeter is nowhere." So this is you sending your wishes. The sphere is also a symbol of energetic exchange. So this is an energetic exchange between you and your higher self. You are trusting in your higher self to carry those. The ships always symbolize wishes and desires. So you're trusting your higher self to lead you to the fulfillment of these desires, heart desires. But with Rumi saying, this is telling me that you're asking for a silent heart. It doesn't mean it's not passionate, it just means it's in harmony, it's in alignment with everything. Therefore, there are no need for words in this exchange. Especially with the magic prayer, picturing her in a deep state of listening. You're listening for that guidance. You're praying and then you're listening back for the answer. When I told somebody that I was chatting with that the way to connect to your higher self is through silence, I was laughed at. And it's because of our cultures teaching us that to pray is just to keep uttering words. Without ever taking a moment to be still and listen for the answer. Because we don't expect it to come. We don't think it's gonna come. We don't really believe that we have a very strong and lively connection to our higher self. So we think we'll throw in the prayer and then maybe 10 years from now it will be heard, not knowing that we can tap into that higher self now. What the treasure boxes there are also telling me is that you are not sharing the treasure. And this does not have to be material, physical. Actually, I think this is just you. The treasure is the wealth of all the aspects of you that you're not willing to share, that you're protecting so much that you're not finding any satisfaction. You're protecting it, yes, but in that protection you're denying yourself the joy of sharing yourself. I mean, she has wings, but she's not using them. And she has a crown, but she's not using it. You're not using all your resources. You're letting them lie dormant. The 2 chests of treasure there reminds me of that story where a beggar had been sitting on the side of the road for over 30 years, and one day a stranger walked by and says, "Spare some change," mumbled the beggar, mechanically holding out his old baseball cap. "I have nothing to give you," said the stranger. Then he asked, "What's that you're sitting on?" "Nothing, just an old box I have had for as long as I can remember," replied the beggar. Ever looked inside? Asked the stranger. What's the point? There's nothing in there, replied the beggar. Have a look inside, insisted the stranger. The beggar managed to pry open the lid, and with astonishment, disbelief, and elation, he saw the box was filled with gold. By a quote by Baika, if I'm saying that right, says, it says, "None is poor, O Baika. Everyone has rupees in his bundle, but how to open the knot he does not know, and thus remains a pauper." This is obviously a call for meditation. It says the more time you devote to meditation, the more distinctly you will hear this sound current, which makes for peace of mind, or as you put it, helps us in chaining the monkey. And this is what this is talking about, listening for the sound current. Listening for the sound current, this with the messenger of water as well. It's the best way to divert the mind from the mundane and to give it a taste of the inner bliss which far transcends any earthly joy. This inner bliss can be attained by going in and listening to the inner sound constantly, or at least for as long as possible every day. This is how the monkey can be effectively chained. With the increase in time, the concentration will be complete. The attention will go in, and the sound current will be your constant companion, giving you joy and peace. Maybe this is this companion. Maybe this is this companion. I've always found it so hard to sit and meditate because I didn't understand. I didn't understand the accumulative effect of our daily habits. I didn't understand that we are, as Aristotle has put it, we are what we repeatedly do. We are our habits. And by taking 30 minutes a day to do the meditations with Matthias de Stefano, I am noticing just this. I know, I understand now what this is. This is another level of being connected to my higher self. This is, I've always been looking for instant gratification. I can blame it on my fire, all the fire in my chart. But now I'm understanding the value in, I want to say, how, you know how the rain can carve these stones drop by drop? That's kind of the effect meditation has. It's subtle as a raindrop, but it can carve something as hard as a stone. It can sculpt your being. It can sculpt your being in a very gentle way. I'm gonna leave a link to his meditations in the comments, and I do recommend you check them out. He started with the crown chakra meditation, so that's what I'd recommend you do. And yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about. And I hope you enjoyed them, and I hope you find them as beneficial in strengthening that connection to your higher self as I have. I think that's all I have for you, Leos. Listen out. Listen out. The messenger. There's another quote by Carl Sagan that says, exploration is in our nature. We began as wanderers. We are all wanderers still. We have lingered long enough on the shores of the cosmic ocean. We are ready at last to set sail for the stars. And I think here that's exactly what he's talking about. We are ready at last to establish a very clear line of communication between us and our inner resources, between us and our inner self, higher self. That's all I have for you, Leos. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Share, subscribe if you'd like to be part of the channel. And until next time, I'm sending you much, much love. And I'm hoping you stay safe. Bye for now.